Hello guys. Well, I just got back from eating too much dinner. Went into town, went to a few places, got back, and now I'm fat and happy, or fat and overfed, or had me a tuna or chicken salad on pumpernickel. Made it. It was pretty tasty. So we're gonna try to finish this nonsense up. hope you guys are still there. I forgot I needed to bring a new battery down. Yeah, it's still there. Oh, and the batteries are flashing. We're getting closer to the top. So I am about to get another load of that. I'm going to saw that, and we're going to go back to the sawmill. But you'll probably see the sawmill before you see this. So that's what's going on. We'll see you now. Bye-bye. Well, hi guys. I'm wore out. That tree kind of whipped me more than I thought it was going to whip me. This is what we're cutting up now. That tree was a triangle. It was shaped like a triangle. And then it had all those knots on it. And it was, it wouldn't roll down the log way. It did lump, then slid, then whoomp, and slid, and always slid the wrong way. And then, like I said, I don't know if you heard it, look to watch the way that log bounced as it's going down. Anyhow, this is a nice saw log, but I have no need for lumber because nobody's buying it. And I have a need for firewood. The reason I was wore out when I got back there is because I did all this raking. I did all this loading, and I sawed most of that knot off, then I had to stand it up. That's a poplar log, but I'll put it in with the rest of the stuff because I just don't care. Then hopefully tomorrow I get the rest of this and all this cleaned up. And but we're going to saw this up right now, or saw it some. I don't know if I'll make you guys suffer through the whole thing. I think this probably be about as good a spot as any. I think I'll be sawing from this side. Depends. You know, I probably ought to put a turtle in there so it doesn't roll, because I'm not going to saw all the way through. Let me get something to put in there that maybe keep it from rolling. I raked up all my trash. Now I don't have nothing to... There. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, will it start? Of course it'll start. I think. I don't remember whether I turned it on or not. Yeah, this is an old wore out blade. 20 minutes I was into it before I started, that sawed pretty quick. That's oak. I'm not sure whether it's white oak. I don't think it is, but now I know I got to get a turtle or something out there to stop it from rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And they're all probably going to roll because they're on a hill. So we'll put this about here. Nah, I think I need it 180. I want to talk to you about sawing. And I don't have a saw, the little saw. Let me show you kind of what I'm trying to think about. When you're sawing, it kind of in reference to Heath, because he does a lot of testing. So this is something for him to test. When you're sawing, and you go like, you're bit in, and you go like this, then when you come down, you don't have a full blade in it. Okay? When you're sawing, I really think you want to come down, okay, with as much blade contact all the way through. Now, I was kind of biting in a little bit, getting this way, but then as I'm coming down this way, see, I'm still keeping full contact, and then zip. So I think that, I know I'm guilty of like this, and then when you saw down like this, you're only cutting half that, so you're probably not sawing that log as fast as you could. If you understand what I'm trying to say, I have a hard time sometimes getting across to, old geezers don't know what they're talking about, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But if you watch the guys that do competition log sawing, they don't go up then come down and go up and come down. Of course, they got so much power they don't need to. That saw's got a lot of power. This cant hook. Anyhow, we got that. I could cut the rest of these with a little saw, like the 021. But I'm not going to bring you around for this. I'm just going to zap them up, and that's what I'm cutting. Those are, I forgot to measure them. I told you I was going to measure them. I forgot to measure them. Let me get a measuring stick. Of course, that's always hard to find. I know where they're at in the photo. And I know it's not completely round. At least it isn't a daggone triangle. I've never seen a log that was so triangulated. All right. In the short way, no bark, it's 20 inches. In the long way with no bark, it's about 22. Let's see what it is at the other end. I don't know which end's the biggest end there. This end here, 19 on the short side, and I can't get the long side. Long side is 21. So it's a pretty healthy chunk of wood. I'll put this in my pocket. I don't know whether to, I'll let you watch. What the heck. It'll amuse you watching all these rounds roll down into my stuff. All right, I gotta put this on the ground. Look and see where you guys are. Turn the switch on. I'm gonna be on the high side because when they roll, I just soon not get rolled over. But I might run it to fix that. Runaway. All right. Whew. Old geezer's tired, wore out. Cut one log and wore out. But I did all that other stuff first. So I'm going to put you guys on hold. And I'm going to move this down to the wood splitter. And I might split some more, or I might not. But you'll think I did because you won't know. We'll see you. Bye-bye.